It's a galaxy fit for a guardian. That's right, I'm checking out the latest from Square Enix and Eidos Montreal, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, we've all seen transitions from video games into movies and then vice versa, which often don't really favor us at all in the world of video games, do they? Not very well. But I'm happy to say Eidos Montreal surprised me with the attention to detail, the banter within the characters, and the storytelling in the world of the galaxy at our fingertips. Guardians of the Galaxy is a fantastic game. This is really good. This is a lot of fun. I thought the story was cool. Basically what's going on in the world of Guardians of the Galaxy is that the Guardians, well, of course, found themselves in a bit of trouble. They found themselves having to get a fee so they can keep their ship. They need that thing to transfer around everything that they're trying to do within the world, but with this fee hanging over their head, they have the opportunity of maybe even losing it. Well, as you go to pay your fee, things kind of open up and branch out from there. And then 25 hours later, your game is finished. Yep, it was a lot longer than I anticipated. The story played out really, really well. There were a little bit of, I thought, battles that were a little fluffed in there. I didn't think near the end, some of the enemy waves just kind of kept coming and they kept coming. I'm like, oh, okay, you're just kind of filling time here a little bit maybe. I didn't feel every battle was really necessary. Sometimes you get in and everything is right where it needs to be, right? And that pacing takes you to a finished product that you feel is great, and that game really ties well into it. Eidos Montreal really paid attention to the world of Guardians of the Galaxy, having you traversing all over the galaxy, which was great, where a lot of my time I felt was directional. I knew exactly where I wanted to go, why I was going there, and nothing felt added on until you get near the end, where you have the sense of, okay, we're starting to build up to a battle of some sort, right? And then that's where it kind of go, here's another wave, and here's another wave, and here's another wave. Aside though, all these waves are always fun. They're fun. The combat here is really well done.
Did we trip an alarm? Yeah, springboard! Let's even the odds!
And that's one of the highlights within the game besides the music. Wow, what a soundtrack. Easily one of the best soundtracks ever presented in a video game. Congratulations to Eidos Montreal. You guys absolutely nailed the soundtrack. It gives you that presence of Guardians of the Galaxy that we all know from the movies. So if you're a big fan of the movies, it's going to transition very well into the world of the video games. I've absolutely had a blast listening to the soundtrack. You can turn it off, which I thought was a great feature, because if you're streaming this game, you will not be able to stream the music on Twitch or on YouTube, because you're going to get nailed by that. So you're going to get hit with it. They give you the ability now to then turn it off. They put on streamer mode. Fantastic touch, Eidos. Now, one of the highlights is the combat. You only play as Star-Lord. I know that seems a little weird when you have a whole crew at your arsenal, but that's kind of how it works. You have your whole crew as your arsenal. The battles you get into really are the fact that you need to use your teammates in order to help accomplish through the battle. You can go as Star-Lord and try and shoot your way through it, but it's a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable and entertaining to then team up with Gamora, with Groot, and have all these team coordinations working for you. They're just at your fingertips, which is great. You hold down a menu wheel pops up, you're able to select which one of your teammates you want to use within the Guardians, and then have them execute on the ability. And you can group them all together, pull off a bit of a combo system. It is very, very satisfying. Super cool. I thought the combat was one of the best parts within the game. I've had a great time playing with that mechanic, which I thought was kind of lackluster when they first showed off the game. It comes back to that first reveal trailer for me. It's kind of like, wow, really? Is this what we're going to get? And then you play the game. So if you were like me and you based it off of that initial trailer, I'm telling you, you're going to be missing out if you don't get this game. It's a lot better when you get into it. The voice acting I thought was really good. There are moments where the characters just feel like they're yelling at each other still within, for some reason, like you're just kind of in a quiet mode. There's a little bit of a silent sequence, and as the story goes about and everybody's bantering back and forth, which is absolutely hilarious. I found myself laughing at the game at points because, again, that's that attention to detail that Eidos brought with the game, is the fact that they know who the Guardians are and they have that banter between everybody and then they bounce off of each other. I thought it was so well done, but at moments They're like yelling at each other when they're side by side. Why? It's a quiet time and you're yelling. Why are you yelling? I'm right here. Now there are definitely a couple little issues here, nothing really major, nothing game breaking, but there were some graphical glitches I was experiencing. Going through some of the water and then just blacked out. The water would ripple and then disappear, and then ripple and disappear. I thought I have one character, her hair like all jagged lined, and then the lighting wasn't reflecting off of it properly, so you weren't getting the textures that you're supposed to. But yet there's other environments that were just magical. They stand out. It was just mind blowing to be on a planet and you pan around and it is just gorgeous. Again, the soundtrack, absolutely incredible. Like the licensing behind that and to get those songs, that made this game. Those soundtracks make Guardians of the Galaxy, especially when you watch the movies, you know what you're in for. And the way they're able to tie the story in and bring it all together, tie it all around what there's essentially a heartfelt moment, which I thought was really, really touching. I thought this game is one of the coolest ones we've experienced when it comes to playing what we all know as a movie, because we've seen them in the past just get trashed. Eidos Montreal absolutely nailed Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is the movie I've been looking to play. Thank you, Eidos Montreal. Absolutely crushed it. The combat is fantastic. The soundtrack is off the hook. It is one of the best soundtracks you'll ever experience in a game that matches the IP itself. Hats off. One of the coolest soundtracks. You have to play it on. I know a lot of people are going to stream it and they're going to want to stream that. You got to turn it off, and I feel so bad for you to turn that off because it makes that game. The banter between the characters, the combat, it is all there. You have to check it out. Me, Guardians of the Galaxy is there with a 9.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Cease this at once.
Guardians of the Galaxy brings the movie flavor to life. Just a couple of minor graphical issues and some extra enemy battles that weren't necessary. However, that didn't stop me from traversing the galaxy on incredible planets and using the Guardians to defeat enemies in this blockbuster experience.
Or join the cult.
So let us investigate for you.
Always catch Peter Quill, and not fun kind.